Elizabeth I, the last of the Tudor monarchs, ascended to the throne of England in 1558, at a time when the nation was deeply divided by religious strife and political uncertainty. Born on September 7, 1533, to King Henry VIII and Anne Boleyn, Elizabeth's early life was marked by both privilege and peril. Her mother's execution when Elizabeth was just 2 years old cast a long shadow over her childhood, leading to her being declared illegitimate and living in the precarious world of the Tudor court. Despite these challenges, Elizabeth received an exceptional education, becoming fluent in multiple languages and well-versed in history, philosophy, and the arts. Her intelligence and wit would later become hallmarks of her reign. When she became queen at the age of 25, she inherited a kingdom in turmoil, grappling with the aftermath of her father's tumultuous reign and the brief rule of her half-sister, Mary I, who had sought to restore Catholicism in England. Elizabeth's ascent marked the beginning of a new era, one that would become known as the Elizabethan Age, characterized by a flourishing of culture and the arts, as well as significant political and military achievements. One of the most significant moments of her early reign was the establishment of the Elizabethan religious settlement in 1559. This compromise aimed to unify a divided nation by reinstating Protestantism, while allowing some Catholic practices to remain. Elizabeth's shrewd political maneuvering helped her navigate the treacherous waters of religious conflict, and her ability to maintain a delicate balance between the two factions solidified her position. She famously declared, "I have no desire to make windows into men's souls," emphasizing her belief in tolerance and pragmatism over dogmatism. However, Elizabeth's reign was not without its challenges. The threat of invasion loomed large, particularly from Spain. The Spanish Armada, a massive fleet sent by King Philip II of Spain in 1588, aimed to dethrone Elizabeth and restore Catholicism in England. The ensuing conflict became a defining moment in her legacy. Elizabeth's leadership during this crisis was nothing short of remarkable. She rallied her troops, famously addressing them at Tilbury with a speech that underscored her determination and resolve. "I know I have the body of a weak, feeble woman, but I have the heart and stomach of a king," she declared, embodying the fierce spirit that would inspire her people. The defeat of the Spanish Armada was not just a military victory. It was a turning point that bolstered national pride and established England as a formidable naval power. This triumph paved the way for the expansion of English trade and exploration, leading to the establishment of colonies and the beginnings of the British Empire. Elizabeth's reign saw the likes of Sir Francis Drake and Sir Walter Raleigh, whose exploits would lay the groundwork for future generations. Culturally, Elizabeth's reign was a golden age. The arts flourished under her patronage, with playwrights like William Shakespeare and Christopher Marlowe producing works that remain timeless. The period saw the emergence of English literature, theatre, and music, with the Queen herself being an avid supporter of the arts. Elizabeth's court became a vibrant hub of creativity, attracting artists, poets, and thinkers from across Europe. The flourishing of the English Renaissance during her reign not only enriched the cultural landscape, but also reinforced her image as a learned and enlightened ruler. Yet despite her successes, Elizabeth faced personal trials that would shape her legacy. Her decision to remain unmarried throughout her life earned her the moniker the Virgin Queen. While this choice allowed her to maintain independence and authority, it also left her vulnerable to political intrigue and speculation. Various suitors, including the French Duke of Anjou and the Spanish King Philip II, sought her hand, but Elizabeth skillfully navigated these advances, choosing instead to wield her single status as a political tool. Her marriage, she believed, could compromise her power and the sovereignty of England. The question of succession loomed large during her reign, as Elizabeth's refusal to marry led to fears about the future of the monarchy. The absence of an heir raised concerns about stability and the potential for civil strife. Elizabeth's cousin, Mary, Queen of Scots, became a focal point in this drama. Mary, a Catholic, posed a direct threat to Elizabeth's Protestant rule. The tension between the two queens culminated in Mary's imprisonment and eventual execution in 1587, a decision that weighed heavily on Elizabeth's conscience. It was a move that, while politically expedient, would haunt her legacy and serve as a reminder of the brutal realities of power. As Elizabeth aged, her health began to decline, and the pressures of ruling a kingdom weighed heavily upon her. The latter years of her reign were marked by increasing tensions with Spain, culminating in the Anglo-Spanish War. Despite these challenges, Elizabeth remained a symbol of resilience and strength. Her ability to adapt and respond to the changing political landscape was a testament to her skill as a ruler. Elizabeth I died on March 24, 1603, after a reign that lasted 44 years. She left behind a legacy that would resonate through the ages. Her reign is often viewed as a high point in English history, characterized by stability, cultural flourishing, and the assertion of national identity. The Elizabethan age became synonymous with exploration, artistic achievement, and the emergence of England as a global power. In the years following her death, Elizabeth's legacy continued to shape the monarchy and the nation. She became a symbol of strength and independence, inspiring generations of women and leaders who followed. Her life and reign exemplified the complexities of power, the intricacies of politics, and the enduring human spirit. Elizabeth I remains an iconic figure, a queen who not only ruled but also transformed her kingdom, leaving an indelible mark on history.